Hi guys, I hope you're all well. It's currently Sunday the 21st of July 2024 and welcome to week 445 of my weight loss journey. In last week's video we all saw I managed to lose 1.5 pound or 0.7 kilogram, which saw my body mass index go from 53.6 down to 53.4. I'm going to start the proceedings off by reviewing my calorie consumption for the past week, which you can see in the graph above. The average of this was 2,614 compared to the previous week at 2,386. It's obviously gone above my 2,500 calorie allowance average for the week, which is definitely not what I would like to do, but obviously this week hasn't really gone how I expected. There's been a few days during the midweek where I have gone above my daily allowance of 2,500. I'm not having hugely calorific foods, just that I couldn't get rid of this feeling hungry nearly most of the time, especially at night. So obviously I usually did have something to obviously help with that, if it was a bowl of cereal or some soup or something like that. But nevertheless, obviously by having that extra just to sustain that hungry feeling or whatever, I obviously have gone over my allowances on some of those days because of it. It's not ideal. My fluid consumption positively has increased to 3,393 millilitres. It's an improvement, but it's not where it needs to be at 3,500 millilitres as an average for the week. So there's still some work to do on that one, but I'm pleased at least this stat has seen an increase. My activity levels, we all know I like to monitor my step count for this. This can be seen in the graph above. The average of this was 3,835 compared to the previous week at 5,168. A big drop downwards. What on earth has happened this past week? Well, let's put it down to laziness. Whilst I've been at work, I've managed to fit in some walking. I have not managed to fit in, though, the lunchtime walks. But honestly, I've just been at my desk the majority of the week. There's been that much administration work. It's kept me desk bound, and I've not really managed to fit in much walking around the facility, which is quite unusual. But nevertheless, that's what's happened there. And of course, I don't really do my walks after work anymore at this moment in time as well. So I'm reliant on whatever I can fit in whilst at work. And at the moment, obviously, this week, it's not really been very much. As you all know, every 5 weeks I like to retake my body measurements to see if I've made any improvements in that area as well. So without further ado, here are my latest results. Out of the 14 body measurements which I monitor, I've not seen any reductions or thankfully any increases across any of those. Therefore, in the 445 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've seen a combined reduction of 119.7 inches, which is 304 centimetres. It's that time of the week where we all get to see my latest weighing results, so here it is guys, here's my weighing. I weigh 183 kilograms, which is 403.5 pounds, or 28 stone, 11.5 pounds. This means in the past week, I've seen a gain of 1 pound, or 0.4 kilogram. If I compare this result to the result I obtained at Slimming World, you can see this right here. At Slimming World this week, I also saw a gain of 1 pound, or 0.4 kilogram. So there we go guys, I've seen a weight gain, and ultimately it's not a huge surprise to me since for most of the week I've not really been on plan. Not perfectly, if I'm being honest. And my activity levels as well have seen a reduction, which also will not have helped in terms of aiding those days where I've obviously gone over. So Best case scenario, if my step count was where it needed to be, I probably would have seen a maintain result this week, but I haven't. Based on this week's weight gain, it sees my body mass index go from 53.4 up to 53.5. And if my third weight loss target, last week it was minus 1.9% complete, and after the gain it goes up to minus 3.3% complete. So in the 445 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total of 137.7 pounds, which is 62.5 kilograms, or 9 stone, 11.7 pounds. Next week, I just need to get my head into gear and make sure I don't do anything silly that can jeopardise a weight loss result next weekend. My activity levels need to increase, definitely need to increase. Ideally, above 6,000 steps this coming week would be ideal as an average. Ultimately, my target is 10,000 steps, and it's going to take me a number of weeks to get back to where I need to be, since I've not been there all of this year and the most of the back end of last year. So this stat has been really struggling, mainly due to, in part, my laziness, but nevertheless, it's an area which does need to improve to aid with my weight loss journey. Where can I see the biggest impact to my weight loss though? Ultimately, it's on my food choices. If I can make the best food choices, I should see the best weight loss results. So, goal for this week is make sure that I come back down within my 2,500 calorie allowance average for the week, and ultimately try and keep the fluid consumption up as well. If I can achieve my target of 3,500, that'd be great, because considering again this is something I haven't really achieved as well this year. So ultimately, if I do put the focus in and I do focus my attention to all three of my stats, I should have a really good week this week. Just don't need to make any screw ups, and we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's the end of this week's video. As always, if you'd like to continue following me along my weight loss journey and hopefully get to see much less of me in the future, by all means subscribe to my channel so you don't get to miss out on any future videos that I post. I wish you all a fantastic week. Stay safe, look after one another, and I'll see you all again next Sunday.